Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. Now, if you are a video game collector, then I'm sure you've already heard about the signature video game auction held by Heritage Auction House on July 9th through 11th. There were some world records set in that auction, and hundreds of records for individual video games for highest price paid. Now, the world record was actually set on Friday when a Zelda No Rev-a sold for over $800,000. Almost $1 million for that game, and that record held for about 48 hours until Sunday it was broken when a Super Mario 64 sold for $1.56 million. So seeing all these record prices being paid for certain titles, we have a lot of those titles on our shelf. We typically carry about 1,500 certified WATA games here. It rotates in and out, but we typically have a rolling average of about 1,500 games. So we went through that auction, we picked out some titles that everyone's going to recognize. We went through our shelves to see if we had some of those titles, just to see what the appreciation was on them. So these games we actually picked for this video today, these were purchased in 2019, and only 2 years later, we're going to use the auction on July 9th through 11th and show you guys an appreciation from 2019 up to 2021. Only 2 years of appreciation, but it is substantial for a lot of these games. Now, we didn't pick out any super rare things or any obscure titles. These are all going to be very, very recognizable titles. Some titles that you guys see trading in auction frequently. And some titles, like I said, there has to be some price data, some price history, because we didn't want to pick out outliers that sold in this auction for super high prices if we didn't see a trend of rising prices over the last couple years. So all these have a rising price trend, but using the price data from July's auction, July 9th through 11th, we're going to show you guys 5 titles, super common titles, well, super popular and fan favorite titles you guys are all going to recognize, and you'll be surprised by the appreciation on these particular titles. So let's go ahead and get started. We picked out 5 titles to show you guys. We're going to start with the lowest appreciation, going up to the highest level of appreciation. Let's go ahead and take a look at our first game. First up, we have Final Fantasy, Nintendo Entertainment System, released in 1990 by Nintendo. As you can see, this is a WATA 9.2B+, Oval Seal Quality Circle R Edition. Now, one of these just sold in the July 9th auction that we just mentioned for $22,000. It was a 9.4A+. This is a 9.2B+. This game, back in 2019, will cost about $2,000 for 9.2B+. We know that because that's what we paid for that game. So in today's market, using the fact that a 9.4A+ just sold for $22,000, 9.2A+ would probably sell for about $15,000, we're assuming. So 9.2B+, you got to knock off a couple grand for the seal quality there. So let's figure that conservatively for a value of, let's say, $10,000 to $12,000. That being said, a $2,000 appreciation up to $10,000 or $12,000, you're talking about appreciation of 500 to 600% over just 2 years. That is a massive appreciation for a tangible asset for a video game like this. And that is for a B+ seal. If this was an A+ seal, we would figure this around $15,000. So these games have been appreciating at a steady rate over the past couple years. And as you can see, 500 to 600% in 2 years for a B+ seal, that's a great appreciation for any asset. That is a fantastic appreciation. Great game, great title. This is definitely one worth owning. Don't shy away from the B+ seals. A rising tide lifts all ships, as they say. So if you start seeing all the A+ seal, 9.2, 9.4 start creeping up, it's going to pull up those B+, because not everybody's going to be able to afford that top tier video game. So a lot of the lower grades and a lot of the lower seal grades will start creeping up on these marquee games. So keep an eye on those. Don't pass up the B+ seals just because they're B+. Let's take a look at our next game, one that everybody's going to know. Here we have Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Nintendo Entertainment System, released in 1987 by Nintendo. This is a WATA 8.5A+. This is the rev-a round seal quality mid-production Orange Bullet Edition. Now, one of these just sold on July 9th in that auction, an 8.0A for $84,000. Now, this is an 8.5A+. This game here, 2019, would cost you $15,000. We've had offers on this particular game here already for $100,000 and $115,000. We're passing on those because we do believe in this game. We do think it has a lot further to go. But given the fact that we've already had offers of $100,000 to $115,000, we're going to use that for the valuation. Now, if you had a $15,000 game 2 years ago, and today it's $110,000, $115,000, you're talking about an appreciation of over 660% to over 760%. So a substantial appreciation on this game. And if you're looking at dollar value gain, the dollar value is astronomical. You're talking about $15,000 game going to $115,000. That is a huge dollar value appreciation, but you got to look at the percentages when you're actually investing in any asset. The percentages don't lie. That's what you want to actually focus on when you're investing. So 670% to 770% appreciation on a game like this. Fantastic appreciation. Everybody knows this game. Everybody loves this game. Everybody's after this one. So this one here has a lot further to go, we think. So we're going to hang on to this for now, but that is a great appreciation for this particular title. We do think it has further to go. Let's take a look at our third game. Here we have Final Fight for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, released in 1991 by Capcom. This is a WATA 9.8A+. Now this game in 2019 will cost you about $750, under $1,000. Now, one of them just sold July 9th in the auction we just mentioned for $6,600 for 9.8A++. We don't think that extra plus has that much value to it, so we're going to value this one exactly the same. So you're talking about a game that cost you $750 2 years ago, $6,600 today. That's an appreciation of almost 900%. That's the 880%, I believe. Incredible appreciation for this game. Now, this is a title people weren't really rushing into a couple years ago. That's why it was only $750. Everybody's going after the marquee games, which was great to do because, you know, like we mentioned, $15,000 2 years ago, $100,000 today. This is one you could have picked up a couple years ago reasonably. This one here, under $1,000 a couple years ago, $6,600. 880% appreciation, incredible appreciation. A lot of people skipped over these titles that they thought were readily available, but they're starting to find out these Super Nintendo Entertainment boxes, these fragile paper boxes, the population is very low in 9.8. So people that picked them up a few years ago are sitting pretty on these. This is a great game to have in your collection. And $6,600 right now is not terrible. You can still pick this one up, we think. We do think this one still has some legs on it as well. All right, our fourth game. Super Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy, released in 1992 by Nintendo. This is a WATA 9.6A+, early production run, made in Japan, 4-line warranty edition. Now this game, 9.6A+, in November 2019, will cost you $1,000. We know that because that's what we paid for this particular copy. $1,000 2 years ago. Now, one of them just sold in this past auction, July 11th, a WATA 9.8A for $16,800, so almost $17,000. So if we're using the 9.8A for $17,000, 9.6A plus, we value around $13,000 to $14,000. Now, if this game was $1,000 2 years ago, and now it's $13,000 to $14,000, that's about a 1,300 to 1,400% increase just over 2 years. Now, once again, these Game Boy games, super fragile paper boxes, and 9.6, 9.8, they're very, very tough to get. And for a long time, I think a 9.6 was the highest grade. We don't really know where that 9.8 came from, but that's a fantastic copy, whoever got that one. So a $17,000 9.8A translates down to about a $13,000, $14,000 9.6A plus. This game here, substantial appreciation, as all you collectors have seen for any of the Game Boy games. Huge appreciation. You know, 1,300, 1,400% appreciation in 2 years is unheard of. You're not going to see that in many asset classes. So great appreciation on this particular title. And now we have our last title with the largest percentage appreciation over 2 years. This one here is probably going to surprise a lot of you guys. PacMan. Now, as you can see, this is a WATA 9.6 NS. This is the orange 2D box, flip-up hang tab, PacMan sticker edition. Now, 2019, this game is going to cost you $200 for a 9.2, 9.4 quality game. Now, a 9.2 just sold in July 11th in that auction, a WATA 9.2 for $7,500. Now, if a 9.2 is selling for $7,500, a 9.6 top of the market game. This is top pop game. We've never seen any other 9.6s. There's been no 9.6s sell at auction. We don't think there are any 9.8s. So for a top pop game like this, using the valuation for a 9.2 of $7,500, we think this is more like a $14,000 game. And if so, you know, that's a 7,000% appreciation in just 2 years. The game went from $200 2 years ago up to $14,000 for a 9.6 like this. 7,000% appreciation, unheard of. You're never going to see that in any asset class anywhere. Incredible appreciation for this particular title. So those are the 5 titles that we picked out to show you guys. The incredible appreciation for some of these games, and it's unbelievable the prices being paid for some of these games in today's market, but people are paying them and people are still going after them, so they're still desirable. So please drop some comments in the comment section below. Let us know what you guys think. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.